Hi, boys and girls. I have a book to read to you today called Not Quite Narwhal, written by Jessie Seema. And she was actually the author, so she wrote the words and she was the illustrator. So she drew the picture as well. So I wonder which of you friends have heard of an animal called a narwhal. But this doesn't really look a lot like a narwhal to me. What does it look like to you, friends? Well, let's read and find out. This book is all about this little narwhal, and he finds out that he actually isn't a narwhal after all. So we're going to read and find out his story. Not narwhal, not quite narwhal. Not quite narwhal. Kelp was born deep in the ocean. Oh. He knew early on that he was different from the other narwhals. His tusk wasn't as long as everyone else's. He had different tastes in food. So he didn't like to eat what they liked. His tusk looked a little different. And he wasn't a very good swimmer like the other narwhals. But his friends didn't seem to mind. So Kelp decided he wouldn't either. He just kept on swimming with the narwhals. That is, until he was swept away by a strong current one day. I wish I was a better swimmer, he says. Look, and there's his little speech bubble. We've seen those in writing. Kelp found himself at the surface of the water, closer to land than he'd ever been before. High up on a cliff, he spotted a mysterious, sparkling creature. It looked so familiar. It looked like kelp. What does he see up there? A mysterious, sparkling creature. Kelp swam towards land as fast as he could, which wasn't very fast at all, hoping that he could catch up with the creature that looked just like him. When he finally reached the shore, Kelp felt a little bit anxious. He had never left the ocean before. He was nervous about walking for the very first time, but the land creatures made it look so easy. So what's he nervous about? He's nervous about walking because all he's ever done is swim. Oof, it wasn't very easy. Oh, he's trying though. Do you think he's going to get the hang of it? He looks like he's doing better there. And eventually he got the hang of it. Ah, do you see what his problem was? Why couldn't he walk like a crab? Because he doesn't have all those legs like a crab does. And why couldn't he hop like a frog? Because unicorns, they don't hop, do they? And what did he eventually start walking like? A turtle. He figured out, I have 4 legs. This is how I walk on them. He just needed somebody to show him how. Everything on land was strange and beautiful, but also kind of scary. Kelp began to think he might never find the creature that looked just like him. But as he stumbled out of the forest, what do you think he found? Land narwhals. They're land narwhals. Actually, we're unicorns, and by the looks of it, so are you. So what is he? He's a unicorn. Kelp had never heard of unicorns before. They taught him all sorts of new things about his tusk. We call them horns. Wow. They introduced him to unicorn delicacies. That means yummy unicorn snacks like rainbow unicorns. And they showed him how to gallop. But there was no doubt that Kelp was, in fact, a unicorn. He was having so much fun that he didn't want to leave. He really enjoyed being a unicorn. But then he remembered all of his friends under the sea. Oh, how do you think that makes him feel? Well, Kelp, he missed them terribly. So he said goodbye to the unicorns. Can you guys say bye, unicorns? Come back soon, they said to him. So where is Kelp headed back to now? To the ocean, to the narwhals. Kelp swam towards home as fast as he could, which wasn't very fast at all, hoping that the narwhals would still like him now that he was a unicorn. What do you guys think? They'll like him or not? When he finally arrived, Kelp had butterflies in his stomach. But they were all so excited to see him. Look, they even put a sign up that says, "Welcome home, Kelp." One of them says they're so excited to see their friend, their family, Kelp. Do you think Kelp's excited? Look at his face. Yeah, he looks like a happy narwhal to me. Kelp took a deep breath and told his friends the news. It turns out I'm not a narwhal. Of course you aren't. I'm a unicorn. We all knew that. And they took it quite well. Were they upset that he wasn't a narwhal, that he was a unicorn? I think that he's kind of like a unicorn narwhal, huh? He's like a mix between the two. I've never seen a swimming unicorn before. Kelp was happy to be home, but now that he'd experienced life on land with the unicorns, he couldn't seem to forget them. Did he want to be a land narwhal with the unicorns or a sea unicorn with the narwhals? Kelp couldn't decide. But then he realized that just maybe, what do you think he might realize? Just maybe. Oh, there's Kelp and the narwhals. And who's that? The unicorns. Maybe, just maybe, he didn't have to choose. Oh, what do you friends see on that picture? It looks like the narwhals and the unicorns having a great time. The end. All right, friends. So, of course, I have a couple questions for you about this book. I would like you, friends, to answer these two questions for me. So put those listening ears on, get them ready. Question 1, why do you think Kelp felt sad after being with the unicorns for some time? Why did it make him feel sad? And 2, can you belong to more than one group like Kelp did? Can you be a unicorn and a narwhal? Can you be an artist and an instrument player? Can you be a soccer player and a chef? Can you be a bunch of different things? What do you think? All right, guys, ready to rock? Thanks. Bye.